Good morning, student. Dear student, today I am going to teach you about the poem Photograph. Yesterday I had discussed about the summary of the poem. In this poem, the poetess is describing the condition of that time when her mother was 12 years old and she was standing on the beach of the sea with cousins of her mother, Betty and Dolly. The cardboard shows me how it was. The poetess is saying that the cardboard shows her how it was when the two girls, cousins of her mother, went paddling. The meaning went paddling means होता है swam in the sea. Each one holding one of my mother's hand. Both Betty and Dolly held the hand of poetess mother. Hands of poetess mothers, both cousins, Betty and Dolly. Their name is Betty and Dolly, and she is big girl. It means the poetess mother was big girl, some 12 years old. It means the age has been described by the poetess. The age of her mother near about 12 years or so. All three stood. The three stood means mother of the poetess and the poetess mother's cousins was standing. All three stood still, smiled. Three girls were smiling through their hair at the uncle, and the some distance the uncle was standing and they were taking the photograph of three girls. At the uncle with the camera, a sweet face. It means the uncle was standing some distance and he was taking the snaps, taking the photographs of the three girls. A sweet face, my mother's. The poet is saying that the face of her mother's was very sweet, so beautiful. That was before I was born. It means the description is before the born of the poetess. It means at that time the poetess was not born. It is written here that was before I was born. And the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transist feet. Terribly transist feet. It means which appears. And here the she is describing about which appears have to change less. There is no much change. There is no much change in the sea. The sea is remaining same. Washed their terribly transparent. It means the sea water was coming on the feet of the three girls. Those are standing on the sea beach. Some 20-30 years later, in this stanza, the poetess is describing that after 20 or 30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. It means the poetess was seeing the photographs of her mother and seeing that 20 or 30 years later she would laugh. It means the three girls was her mother was laughing in the photograph he is seeing. She Betty and Dolly is the cousins of her mother. She would say, and look how they dress us. The poet is saying that the three girls, and it means two girls, two cousins, and her mother has dressed up in the were standing in the beach. It means he's saying that look how they dressed, means what kind of the dress they wore at their time and standing on the beach. The sea holiday they were passing, they were enjoying of their sea holiday. This means they were enjoying their holidays on the sea beach. Was her past, and mine is her laughter. Both were I with the labeled ease of loss. Here, the poetess is describing the condition of that time. The meaning of the varai means hota hai they were taking the enjoyment, they were taking the amusement, they were taking the entertainment in the beach of sea. The three girls were laughing. the three girls were taking the enjoyment, both vary with the labeled ease of loss. It means but the past, the time has been past. वो time क्या हो गया, बीत चुका है, with the labeled ease of loss. Now she has been dead nearly. The poetess at last stanza, the poet is saying that now her mother has been dead nearly many years ago. Her mother has been dead nearly as many years ago as that girl lived, and of these circumstances. And now the poetess is describing the circumstances of this time. There is nothing to say at all. The poet is saying that she will not say anything. It's silence. Silence, it means now. साइलेंस मीन्स होता है शांति, जिसको हम कहते हैं कि बिल्कुल साइलेंट, कीप क्वाइट इन दिस कंडीशन. एट लास्ट द पोएट इज सेइंग दैट द पोएटेस वांट्स दैट नाउ there is no big change in the sea. The sea is remaining same, but there is a strange type of the silence in all over the sea and in the sea beaches. At last the poet is describing that. Yesterday I have discussed about also in your summary that the poetess mother is dead for nearly many years, as that girl in the picture, जो पिक्चर में दिखाई गई है गर्ल, lived in the cardboard, or the poetess feels at the loss of words to comment on this event. The death of her mother, it is a Carcassonne's moment, and it is silence makes her silent. It means now her mother is very silent. It means she is dead, and thus the poetess pays a tribute to her mother. It is the old photographs that moves her to silence. Understand? Listen this explanation very carefully. Watch this video very carefully and try your best to understand of this poem. If you have any problem, you can ask any question to me. Thank you.